Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you for joining me today. It really does mean a great deal to me. So today's video is going to be 3 looks, 1 palette with this, but it's a Try It Thursday. It's not just 3 looks, 1 palette. Normally on Try It Thursdays I just try one of the eyeshadows or a few of the eyeshadows in the palette, but I just thought what better way to try the palette and get use out of it than to actually try quite a few shadows in here. So I think that's what I'll be doing with palettes from now on, when I do a Try It Thursday. Not just do 1 look, do 3 different looks. This palette is so much better than the I Heart Makeup Golden Bar. I had to think then. Yeah, it's so much better than that. It has mattes in it. So how many mattes are we talking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 mattes, which is plenty for me, and then all the rest are shimmers in the palette. A lot of it is cool toned, but you can get a neutral tone out of it. I already know what shade I want to wear first, and that's this shade here, which is Don't Let Go. It's kind of like that kind of shade. It's really pretty. So like in all the other 3 looks 1 palette, what I'll do is I'll just do 2 with the natural face, and then the 3rd look will be with all my makeup. So yeah, I hope that's alright. So first of all, we're going to be using this this Revolution Conceal and Define. So let me just go and get a smaller mirror. Right, so I've got my mirror, I've got my concealer, and I've said this before, I just use this one because it's a lot thicker in consistency, so it works better as a base. And I do actually like the doe foot. The only thing I don't like is the horrible smell. It smells a lot like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I don't like that smell either, but I've got that in my collection. Yeah, just smells like paint stripper or nail varnish remover or something like that. What do you guys reckon of it? I mean, there's that new one, isn't it? That hydrating one. I can't remember what that's called. But that's slightly more expensive. Not that the price matters. And it is a bigger bottle, so I'm thinking about maybe when I've finished with that one, maybe to get that one and try it. I don't use this on my eyelids just because it's too thick and I've got quite fine lines under my eyes. So I use like that Revolution Fast Base one. I do want to try that e.l.f. hydrating one as well. That's had good reviews. So any thoughts on that? Leave me a comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts. So now, this has got pretty much everything in it that I want. So this is the Death by Chocolate, by the way, guys. Whereas the other one, the Golden Bar, I had to dip into my Too Faced chocolate bar, and that was just insane. The amount of shadows I had to use from the chocolate bar, it was hardly worth me using the Golden Bar. But yeah, I mean, I did enjoy using it, so I might keep in the collection, because the eyeshadows, like the shimmer eyeshadows, were popping. They were really good, but it just doesn't make sense them not putting mattes in. And I can't remember whether I got the Death by Chocolate one first or the Golden Bar. I don't know why I picked up a no shimmer palette. I must not have looked at it properly, but I have had them in the collection quite a while as well. Sorry, I'm chatting a bit, aren't I? I just thought I would explain that. I don't normally pick up all shimmer eyeshadow palettes. Right. Just need to clean that brush off. I leave this thing in the strangest of places. I mean, it should be on my vanity at all times, and it was just like just over there where I keep all my other makeup collection on my like dresser, and I'm like thinking, why have you left it there, Andrea? It's bizarre. So sorry, the matte shade was called White Light. So now we're gonna go in with Lick Me. So that's just a cool tone brown. It looks really, really nice actually. So let's just come closer. And it's one of those transition shades that don't have a lot of pigment to it, but it's just enough. So yeah, I mean, it's nice. You can deepen it out. It's not like these eyeshadows, or this one in particular, doesn't have you know, the pigment in from the off. Right, so we'll wipe that. Then we're gonna go in with Break Me Up. So that's that one there. That one's just to deepen out the colour that we've actually laid down. So just underneath. And not too much of it either. Right, and then we're gonna go in with a darker brown, which is one more bar. That one there. So that's the darkest brown in the palette, and then it goes to the black. I don't really like to wear black eyeshadow, if I'm being honest. I might try it on one of the looks just in the outer corner. But yeah, typically for me I don't wear brown eyeshadow, sorry, black eyeshadow. So we're just going to put it here in the outer V, and then just make it in the crease. Like that. Yeah, so also I don't typically go in for cool toned eyeshadow palettes, but I might change my mind. I don't know if I'm going to keep hold of this one or not. I've never used it before, even though it looks like I have. I've done a lot of swatches and I must have just put it back in the makeup collection and thought to myself, no, I don't want to use it. Then we're going back into White Light, just for the brow bone. Why is it whenever I come on camera and do a look, my nose starts to run? Right, now I just need a quick drink of water. Right, and then we're going to go with that shimmer, Don't Let Go, which is that one. It's like a mink eyeshadow, that's all I can say about it really. And I put shimmers on with my finger. If you've been watching these looks that I'm doing, you'll know that. Ooh, it's like foiled. I mean, it's one good thing about Revolution makeup, which is now which is what I Heart makeup is. they do really good drugstore makeup, and they do it even better now. These eyeshadow palettes came out years ago. Got a bit of fallout there, but I think it's because I've put it on with my fingers. But look at that, guys, that is so pretty. I've not done my skincare yet, so I'll have to do that before we start on look 3. And there's a couple of other products that I want to try as well for this Try It Thursday. So it's not just this, but that's more to do with when I actually get my makeup on. So that's what the eyes look like. Need to just wipe that off. And is there going to be a shimmer shade that I can use in the outer corner? There's not much. Actually, sorry, there's a highlighter there. That one's called Bring Down Angels. That's a cute name, isn't it? So that's that one. So let's get the brush. I'll wipe this off as well because I used it yesterday with a different shimmer. That's a really cute name. Bring Down Angels. Or Bring Down... yeah, Bring Down Angels. So just in the inner corner. I'll have to use this one for all of the inner corner highlights, I think. And that's the finished look, guys. I know it's very simple. There was only a few eyeshadows used, but I actually really like it. So yeah, we're going to go on to look number 2 now. So I'll just take all of this off my eyes and right, so I've put my Revolution Conceal and Define down. So we're going to go in with the, is it White Light? Yeah. White light again, just all over the lid to kind of set that. And also, if you've got any veins peeking through, like I have a few purple like veins, it will kind of conceal that as well. Right, so again, we're going to start off with the Lick Me shade. The very light brown we used last time. I don't need to show it you again because I showed it you in look 1. And I want this video to be as short as possible, or as short as possible when it comes to me. As you know, my videos are extremely long. So if you have been watching them, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch them. It really does mean a lot. Also, if you've got a channel and I'm not following you, just leave me a comment down below and I'll go and check out the channel. I love watching new beauty channels. So yeah, I'd love that. Right, so just trying to figure out which to wear next. There isn't a lot of like transition matte shades. There's like one more bar which we used on the outer corner in the first look, Break Me Up. I'm just going to have to, what I might do is use a Break Me Up now, like I did in the first look, as like the second transition shade to deepen out the crease. Then I'll use one more bar, and then I might use that matte black in the corner as well. That one's called All Is Lost. So we've got a plan, so let's see how well it works out. Let me just take the shadow off this brush. Yeah, that one. So again, just there, just underneath that first shade. Gosh, I'm so dehydrated today. Sorry, guys. Right, so it's called Devour Me. I don't think I told you that in the last one, in the last video. Sorry, in the last look I did. So that shade is Devour Me, which is the darker shade, and we put that in the outer corner, the outer V. So let's start that again, and then just kind of like blend it into that crease there. So we're not right. Now I'm just gonna kind of like blend it all in, because we've got a lot of dark eyeshadows here, so just blending it all in just so it is a little more seamless. This eye needs a little bit more of that Love You to Death. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And then I have to keep washing my hands, wetting my hands. We're just going to put the inner corner highlight in, which is going to be the same, which is Bring Down Angels. You'd think I would remember that name. Right, so one of the first products I want to try is this. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I have tried it before, but I can't remember whether I liked it or not, and it was only $3.99 in TK Maxx. So I'm going to be doing kind of a wear test on it. It's really late in the evening, probably about 6 o'clock. So yeah, I mean, I don't normally take my makeup off till late anyway, just because I go to my mum's and I don't get back till late most nights. So yeah, we'll be doing a wear test on this. There's a concealer from Primark that I want to do a wear test on. So I've done all my skincare, and I've found a few new products which I'll talk to you at the end of the month. I keep saying the end of the month. We're at the end of the month. Probably it might get to next week now, just because I'm at the hospital tomorrow. If you've been on my channel a while now, you'll know that I've been having major issues, and I mean major issues with the whole not sleeping, and I've been having that for a good few years now. My mum recently went to the sleep clinic, and she's been told she's got severe apnea, severe sleep apnea should I say, and it can be hereditary, but it also can be, there can be other factors included, like weight, if you're carrying a little bit more weight. But I've had this problem like when I've been a little bit slimmer than I am now, and also when I've been a bit heavier than I am now. So I've had this problem for years, and I'm finally getting somewhere with the doctors. So I went to my GP what seems at least 2 months ago. Anyway, I've got an appointment to go to the sleep clinic tomorrow, so I'll run some kind of basic tests, take my weight, take my blood pressure, that kind of thing, and then what they do is they send you home with like a carry case with all this like kind of stuff inside it, basically a pulse, something for your pulse, something like to put up your nose. I'm gonna film it all so you can see it all, because I've had a few people, you know, kind of interested in sleep apnea and sleeping disorders in general, so I will film it all and you'll get to see all the kit, what actually they send you away with. When I went the first time around, when I lived in Manchester, I went to Salford Royal and they put all kinds of electrodes on my head, and the glue didn't come out for at least a good week, and I was washing my hair constantly. So I'm glad they don't do it that way anymore. They found a better way of seeing if you have got sleep apnea, so I'm glad about that. I think what they do, if you do have sleep apnea, they give you a machine. We've not got that far yet, me and my mum. She's been diagnosed with it. So the next part is going to see another consultant, and then we'll discuss what she actually needs to do. But yeah, she's had her diagnosis, so I'm going to the sleep clinic tomorrow, and I'll be able to tell you more tomorrow when I've actually been to the sleep clinic. So I will do a little video and that will go up on Friday. Normally I like to keep a couple of days apart, but I do want to film this video because I've said that it will go up. This Try It Thursday testing Death by Chocolate, and also testing these products. So I want to film this, but I also want to film that. So it will either go up no, it can't go up Friday, it will go up Saturday, once I've actually used the monitor and whatnot. So I'm just giving you a little heads up of what's going to be happening. Normally, like tomorrow, I would be filming my project pan and also my lipstick edit for them to go up next week, but I'm not going to be able to do that because I want to film this one, and this one's going to be kind of interesting. I'm not going to film myself while I'm sleeping or anything because I can only get about 45 minutes on my memory card anyway, so I probably wouldn't even be asleep in that time. But I will film myself. I'll film myself like with the monitor on, and then I'll film it again the next day and let you know how I slept and things like that. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for that video. That should go up on Saturday. So let's choose a foundation. So I wore this one yesterday. Part of me wants to use my Primark one, so let's see if we can find that. Right, so there's barely any left in this, so I'm just going to do what I can. Just get my sponge. And I'll just put this on and I'll speed through it, otherwise we'll be here for a good hour and a half just putting products on. I just find that's the best way to do it. So, by the way guys, this is a really good foundation. Right, so I'm looking awfully like Casper at the moment, but that'll be sorted out. So now we're just going to go and get that concealer. So this is a fairly new concealer to the collection, and I said this in my shop, my stash, the reason I got it is because every time I go into Primark they only have the darker shades for kind of like medium to deeper skin tones, and this one is the lighter shade you can get. It's porcelain, so it has vitamin E and aloe vera, so to make it hydrating. It's a medium coverage concealer. I'll show you what the doe foot looks like. Not a big lover of them thin doe foots. I much prefer ones like this, like the Makeup Revolution ones. They have actually got it right, in my opinion. These ones have got a nasty habit of like hurting, like when you're putting the concealer on. But let's see what I think about the concealer. Yeah, I really don't like the brush, guys. That's right off the bat. Doesn't bring a lot of concealer out. Right, so this is a pointed foundation brush. I just want to see, normally I just blend it in with a sponge. I just want to see what it looks like with this, and then obviously I'll blend it in with a sponge as well. That's blending out really well. And you can get into the corner, which I like. You can't always get into the corner with a sponge unless they're them really small sponges that are specially made for concealer. I really like them small sponges. I need to get some more. So that's what that's looking like, all blended in. I'm still going to go in with the sponge. Right, so I forgot, I also got this towards probably the middle, probably about September, October of last year. And I don't know if I want to keep it in the collection. It's the Technic Divine Bronze. So let's just test this out while we're testing other products. I might just call this video a first impressions video, because we're testing out quite a lot of products. So I use this brush with my bronzer. I absolutely love it. If you're interested, it's the Real Tex 302, but I don't think they do this particular brush anymore. When I got this, it was on sale for like £6 in Boots, and I think they might do the brush, but it's got a different style, but I particularly like this one. I did go back for a second one, but they'd sold out. So it's got a contour and a bronze shade. So as you can see, that bronze shade is just far too dark for me. So we'll try the contour shade. This might not go according to plan. But yeah, we'll just... Oh, it's nice. It's really light. It's good for like fair skin. that powder I think is going to be too dark. Let's try it anyway. So I've been using powder on this sponge here. I know it's a bit dirty, and normally I use the MUA Hydro powder, so I'm just going to try and sculpt it out a little bit. Seems to be working. It's not as good. I would say it's not as good. It's kind of like blending in to my foundation, so it's not as light as the MUA one, so we'll use this one as well. Which, because we put that down, it's just not working as good as it normally is, but it's all good. And I think I might come to regret this because it is quite pink toned. I think we'll be using this highlight as well. We'll put the highlight on now. Normally I use this brush, so we'll try this. Normally I use like blusher first and then go in with highlighter on top, but we'll do it the other way around. I like it, guys. Don't think this palette will be going anywhere. It's really slim, so there's no need for me to declutter it if I don't actually need to declutter it, is there? So Technic as well, guys, they do some really amazing products. So I'll probably just end up using these two. I don't know about that. I think it's just too dark for me. It's too like orange toned, and I definitely won't be using that. That's just far too dark. Let me do a swatch of that. Yeah, that's far too dark for me. But the actual two other powders, the contour and the highlight, are really good. So really impressed with that. We'll see how it wears. Blusher. So it's not new to the collection by any stretch of the imagination, but I love this palette. It's the Becca and Jaclyn Hill, is it Champagne Pot? Champagne Collection Face Palette. Nearly got it right. So let's just pop a little bit of blush on. I did want to use some highlight from it because, as you can see, I've hit pan there. And that's why I pulled the eyeshadow, sorry, the face palette in the first place, to make some more progress, but I can use it. I'll get some use out of it, is what I'm trying to say. Blush brush, where are you? I can't find my Revlon blush brush. What we're going to do is going to go in with Rose Spritz and Pamplemousse. I normally use these together because that one is like a dewy. That one's a dewy one and that one's a matte. So we'll go in with Pamplemousse first and then Rose Spritz. Right, and then we can use the Death by Chocolate again for the last look. So we're going to go in with White Light again. Again, I don't really need to show you that just because I showed it you in the beginning. Come closer. Just all over the eyelid. And then we're going to go in with that nice transition shade called Lick Me. I'll just clean this brush off. I'll show you that one. It's just that one there. It's a really nice, pretty transition shade. Very cool toned. And I still don't know what shimmer to wear, guys. So I guess it'll be a surprise for both of us. Okay, so I'm back. So the camera just went off on me, like the battery went off. So I'm going to go in with that darker shade again. I know I've used it. It's called Devour... No. Actually. One more bar. We won't use Devour Me. So I need to be quick because the camera doesn't... Sorry, the memory card doesn't have much more memory on it. And I'll be going to my mum's soon as well, so I need to hurry up with this eye look. And then we're just gonna put a different shimmer in. So what are we gonna do? Don't know whether to put this one in. Yeah, that one's quite silver, and I've not used like a silver eye look in any of my kind of get ready with me testing eyeshadow palettes, so we'll use that one. It looks really, really nice. Now we're going to use Bring Down Angels just in the inner corner. And we also need to put white light just on the brow bone. I forgot to do that. There's a little bit of fallout there, but that's because I packed it on quite heavily with my fingers. So that's what the eye look looks like. I'm just going to put my mascara on my eyeliner and choose a lipstick. Right, so that's the eyeliner on in, but first Espresso. What is the secret to stop your eyes watering? Because my eyes water so badly when I'm putting it on the waterline and then tight lining with it. But mainly it's waterlining. Tight lining's not too bad, but they stream so badly. So now we're going to use the PS Beauty False Lash Queen. I do like it, but it's quite clumpy. I'm going to be using it probably till the end of the month, and then I think I will have used it 4 months. You can use it for 6 months. I just think I'll buy another Primark one and test another Primark one out. So it's not really me testing this out. I have used it for 4 months, and like when I got it I did really like it, but it started to go clumpy on me, guys. It might not look clumpy today. Seems to be building up okay. I do want to try a brown mascara though. I've never had a brown mascara. So I want to get more use out of my Project Pan lipstick. So we've got this Dior one in the shade Underground. It's a lip lacquer. Really pretty. I wore this yesterday in a video, I think. Well, I know that I did. And I'll just show you the shade. I'm always showing you this in like lipstick edit videos, so if you've watched any of them you'll know what it looks like. So yeah, I want to Project Pan that. So that just goes in my everyday makeup drawer. But also there is this one. This one is the Deck of Scarlet collaboration, and this one is in the shade Love Spell. It's just a lip gloss, and you can use it as a lip topper or just a normal lip gloss. I tend to, because it is quite opaque, I tend to just use it as a lip gloss. And again, this is another one that I'm Project Panning. Oh, it smells like cupcakes. Sorry guys, my nose was just streaming really badly. Always does it when I'm putting makeup on. I haven't got a cold or anything. yeah, this lipstick smells seriously of sugary goodness. It smells like cupcakes, vanilla frosting, that kind of thing. So yeah, I absolutely love wearing this. I'll be sad when it's gone, but I do want to use it all up. It's only a little thing. So yeah, we'll pop that to one side and take it to my mum's, because no doubt I'll have to put it on a few times. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and I've just got a bit of powder here, so let's try and get rid of that. Right, so on first impressions, let's talk about this first. Right, so on first impressions, I really do like the contour and I like the highlighter shade. So just those two shades there. I'll be using them up and then I'll just declutter it. I know it's a waste because you're leaving like half the palette, but they're too dark. Them shades are too dark for me. Love that. And then this concealer, guys, I don't know if I like it. I don't mind the concealer so far. I'm obviously going to do a wear test on it for a few hours. I'll probably speak about that in a separate video. Otherwise this video will be super long. I know for a fact I don't like the doe foot. Like when you put it on, it scratches. So I don't like that. I do, however, really like this. I've tried it before, and that was years ago that I tried it, and now I understand why I really liked it. It's super hydrating. It's quite a thick formula, and yeah, we'll just have to see what it's like about keeping the makeup on. But even if it's like not, even if it doesn't keep it on for like, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours, the skin underneath will be really hydrated. So yeah, I'm glad I've got that, and it was only £4. This palette I absolutely like. I love the fact that it's got like 4 or 5 transition shades in it, and it's got some really nice shimmers in the cool tones. So far I absolutely love this palette. I'm going to be obviously using it a lot more, probably more next week. It'll probably have to stay in for another week, just because I've got the I Heart Makeup Rose Chocolate Gold, and I've also got the I Heart Makeup Golden Bar to use. So this palette's gonna be staying in for another week without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I really do like it so far. Opinions could change by the end of next week. We'll have to see. Hopefully by the end of not when I do the Shop My Stash on Wednesday, but the following week. As I was saying before, we got so rudely interrupted. As always, either the battery goes or my memory card goes. I just need to get a bigger memory card. So this is what the palette looks like. A really beautiful palette, full of cool tones, I would say. Even on this side it looks really cool toned, and I didn't think I would like it at all, but I've done 3 looks with it now, and yes, the mattes I've had to use over and over again, but I did use this black shade here. Didn't really particularly like that, but that's just because I'm not a fan of blacks. So I'm going to be using it a few more times just to use some of the other shades. I really want to use this gold just because I absolutely adore gold eyeshadows, and that one is in Fool's Gold. So yeah, I'd like to use that and a few of the other ones, and then give an overall review when I do the reviews on the other chocolate bars and just see which ones I can declutter. I want to make a tiny bit of space, and I've said this before, these palettes are quite bulky. They are quite bulky, especially when you've got a lot in your makeup drawer. I've got 7 of these, so they are quite bulky, and I would like to make some room for my other palettes if possible. So if I can get rid of 2 out of the 7, I'll be quite happy with that. But yeah, so far so good with this. I don't think I'll be decluttering this one unless the other shimmer eyeshadows really aren't that great. I don't have a lot of cool toned eyeshadows. I've got, let me just show you what I do have. Is this a cool toned one? That's pretty cool toned. Is this? I've got some cargo ones. So this is really cool toned, but it's mainly mattes. I think this one will be getting decluttered. Once I've done these chocolate bars, I want to work on these cargo ones and just see what I think of them. This one though is absolutely beautiful. I don't think this one will be going. I think if anything, that will be going. That's the Cargo Around the World. This one is the Vintage Escape Eye Palette. Really, really beautiful. Just look at them shades, and yeah, there's some cool toned and some warm toned eyeshadows in there, so that one will probably be staying out of the two. Other than that, I don't think I have got any other cool toned eyeshadows. Maybe my Smashbox is cool toned as well. I'll have to go through my collection and see what I've got in the cool tones. Obviously I don't need to keep them all just because I don't wear them. So this now is going to go back into my everyday makeup drawer, and I'm going to be using this one. So I'm going to be using that just for one or two looks, and that one's the I Heart Makeup Chocolate Rose Gold palette. Then I'm going to go back in with the I Heart Makeup Golden Bar. So this will probably get left for the rest of the week, and then next week I'll use it some more and I'll pull another palette. I think I'm going to pull one of the Primark Christmas palettes I got and do a try it Thursday on that, because obviously I'm hoping to put both of these back. I'm hoping to put that one back and also the Golden Bar. If not, let's have a look at it. Yeah, there's still quite a lot of shades I haven't used in here, so it might be a case of me having to keep this one out as well. So we'll just see how it goes, and I'll keep you informed, and I'll let you know on Monday what we're going to do. But this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a long one. I really do appreciate your support. So please hit that like button, comment, and if you've not already subscribed, please subscribe and click the notifications bell. I would really appreciate that, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.